Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Joining me, author of the Recruiter Guy's Guide to Finding a Job, Recruiter Guy Bill Humbert, with me in studio.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, that's nice to have you here, my friend.
Oh, it's great to be back again.
And it seems that you got here in someone else's car doing a little of this, because you got signs for all kinds of places.
I don't
Do you have one that says Park City?
No, I don't have one for Park City, but when I hitchhiked across from Santa Barbara to L.A. and then to D.C., came right up I-80, almost got thrown in jail for 90 days for hitchhiking in Evanston, Wyoming.
Wow.
Yeah, then got a ride from there all the way to Cleveland.
And there's your picture of when it happened. You know, you still get the same gray hair, it's not quite as long.
And here's the picture from today. I still have it.
The very same sign.
The very same sign.
I love it.
You never know when you're going to need to take off, you know? Oh, Linda, I hope you're not watching.
Yeah, right. You're going to be in all kinds of trouble when you get home. You're going to need these. See, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. There you go. You've done it. Well, we know where Bill will be. If you want to see him, he'll be signing books at the Barnes & Noble in Santa Barbara.
That's right. Well, there could be worse places, let me tell you.
There sure could. Well, it brings up a lot of questions because for someone, obviously, we're not suggesting that you go and try this now. It would be, you could. But it's a little risky. But the thing that's important about doing anything like this, something adventurous, is having a plan, and also when you're not only when you're setting up this plan, have a goal in mind, right? Exactly,
Joe. You're perfect. You know, that's the best thing you could say about really any type of thing that you do.
Right.
And one of the reasons I feel that we were successful hitchhiking across the United States was that we actually had goals in mind. You know, we wanted to be all the way across the United States in 5 days.
5 days.
5 days. And I did it 3 times in 5 days each time. Yeah.
So you found some good drivers, is what you're saying.
Well, I got, good drivers, but I had goals set, and those goals enabled people to understand where we wanted to go next, and so that really helped.
So part of that is investing other people in your goal.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. You get them engaged, and it's amazing how much they'll help.
Yeah, all of a sudden, all the breaks that needed to happen on that drive, maybe not as important as, hey, this guy needs to be in Santa Barbara in 5 days. I'm going to help him make that happen.
Yeah, yeah, and that's almost literally what happened.
Wow, I'm interested. I'm intrigued about this. I understand that at one point there was even some aviation involved.
Oh, that was another trip. I helped somebody move to Las Vegas, and it was during the school year, so I needed to get back kind of in a hurry. And so I set a goal to air hitchhike, and I managed to catch a ride on a charter jet, and it took me 4.5 hours to get to Boston hitchhiking.
Really? That's pretty crazy. But and a chartered plane even?
Yeah.
Wow, you got to find the little stuff, the nice things?
Yeah, yeah, it was, that was really interesting.
Better than first class?
It was. Yeah, it was really nice. Although it was, it was a Super DC-8, so it was a major big plane.
Pretty big plane, yeah.
Yeah.
What made you think that you could do this? What in your head said, I know I can get where I want to go and I can do it in the air, even though I haven't bought a ticket from anyone?
It's all about goal setting and having belief in yourself. And I guess, when you think about it, I recruited a ride.
Yeah, for sure. And that's, as we said, this is connecting to a theme in the book, which is kind of an acronym for helping remember this, or there's another word for that. That'd be sent an acronym, but yeah.
Yeah, SCAMPs. So your goal needs to be specific. It needs to be challenging, or you're not going to want to go for it. It needs to be attainable, because if it's not attainable, you'll just ignore it. It needs to be measurable, and that's where the signs come in. And it needs to be public.
Okay.
And if it's, by public, I mean people who would support you. So a person who's stopping, there's somebody, it's certainly public out on the interstate.
I'll say.
And so the person who's going to stop is going to support you. And then you have to have a specific end date. And that's really the secret sauce of setting a goal. Whether it's looking for a job, hitchhiking across the United States, or anything else that you do.
let's draw the parallels directly, because I'm kind of curious about this. So as we say something specific, we know that the destination. So the destination was Santa Barbara.
Right.
The goal setting was each of these places each day.
Well,
right?
Not necessarily day, but you know, St. Louis would be kind of a short-term goal, relatively speaking, where Santa Barbara or San Diego would be a long-term goal.
Interesting. And then the measurability of that is the same. You know that you want to get to that point, and you can measure how close you got to it. I guess this is where dashboard indicators come into play a little bit too, right? As
yes.
we play this a little bit. And then public, as you mentioned, you're out there. Everybody knows what those are. So these are the same things that if we translate this now to that other parallel. So we're in that interview. We're in that, or we're looking for that job. We decide that that is our goal, right? Our long-term goal is this. Is not just necessarily the job, but maybe even the fact that you might retire at that job might be the end goal, right?
Yeah,
is that too far?
That's too far.
Okay,
yeah.
So the goal is just getting that job.
Yeah, the initial goals would be getting the job. Once you have the job, then you're inside the company, and now you can start setting the other goals.
I want to move up. I want to get to this position or that position.
Yep.
Okay, and then of course, so we continue with it being challenging. You want it to be a job that you might not necessarily otherwise be able to get without challenging yourself.
Yeah, and not only that, though, you want to have a goal that challenges you to get out there and look for that job.
Okay.
Instead of sleeping in the morning, dressing in your jammies, posting and praying on the computer. You know, you want to be out there meeting people.
All right, achievability.
If it's not believable, if you can't believe in that goal, then you're not.
If you don't see yourself in that position, you're kind of the Peter Principle personified.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you're not visualizing. You have to visualize.
All right, and then measurable.
Measurable. Know the activity that it takes in order for you to get the interview, to get an offer, to accept the offer. So, for instance, if you're looking for a job and you want a job within 90 days. Metrics show that you need to network with 4 new people per day.
Right.
So 20 per week. And within 90 days, the averages are that you will find a job. So as long as you have a metric, then that's how you work against that metric.
Interesting. Public, obviously, this is a little different here.
This is, these are the people that support you. So family, friends, so you let them know that this is your goal and what you're doing.
Because they can all help you.
They may be able to help you.
Interesting. And then finally, the completion date.
It's really important to know when you want to end. And just like in hitchhiking, I wanted to be somewhere within 5 days, or when I was air hitchhiking, I wanted to be there within hours. And so it's really important to know specifically when that goal is going to be completed.
Excellent. Well, I've enjoyed this nice parallel you've drawn between those days. No one would think you could do this. You could draw a parallel between hitchhiking and job seeking, but I see it. It is a very clear observation you've made there, and it's one that I hope people will take to heart, because it seems like if you do all these things, you're going to get where you want to go.
I agree, Joe. You know, just set goals, and you'll be successful.
All right. Recruiter guy Bill Humbert, if you want some more of his advice, find it right here in the Recruiter's Guy's Guide to Finding a Job. Thank you for being here, as always. Yeah, excellent. There's a whole lot of information packed in this little book.
Oh, there is. Yes.
And we just got some of it right here. And when we come back, we're going to be looking at some films and food to go with it.
Whoa, that's the best.
Yeah, we like that. We'll be right back.